In the beginning part of 1968, the Marines had already fought in many of the hills around the Quai Son airfield. But now they're getting disturbing intelligence reports that large communist units are starting to move from the north and come down and surround the Quai Son airfield. They have managed to close off the major highway that resupplies the airfield. And by 1968, the only time you're going to get into the Quai Son airfield is to be flown in. There were 3 to 4 major hills up to the northwest of the airfield that were key to holding. If they kept control of those 4 hills in the northwest, they could keep the communists from bringing their artillery up onto these hills and firing almost at will onto those airfields. One of those hills to the northwest was a hill known as 881 South. The primary unit there holding 881 South was India Company 3rd Battalion 27th Marines, led by a well-loved captain by the name of Dabney. He and his Marines would hold this hill for a period of over 70 days. It was a very, very dangerous place to be. During 1 month on their position, the artillery and mortar rounds were so great that they averaged 1,300 to 1,400 rounds a day. Their position was only the size of about 2 soccer ball fields. So you learned some lessons very quickly on Hill 881 South. You dug. And these Marines learned that you did not go out during the day. You did your business during hours of darkness or in the early morning hours when there might be surrounding fog. Why? Because they knew they were being watched the entire time by the communists, and they would be shelled, sniped at, just about anything. But they managed to keep their morale up. And I think one of the ways they did it is perhaps one of the most inspiring stories. Every morning right before 8 o'clock, 2 to 3 Marine volunteers would go down to the command bunker and they'd be given a folded up American flag and a rusty bugle. One of the Marines would look at his watch and he'd say, "Go." And these Marines, always volunteers, would run up to the top of their bunker and raise morning colors while playing a very rusty and awful edition of Morning Colors on the bugle. And the communists absolutely hated this. They would do everything to try to stop this from occurring. But the Marines did it every morning as a way of saying, if you want these colors, you got to come and get them.